Hey, this is Dave coming at you again from beautiful Vermont, and today I want to talk about something that I just discovered on Twitter yesterday. Apparently it's not the latest news, but it's something that I thought everybody should know about because I certainly did not. Yesterday there was a post that Oprah's Green episode for Earth Day started with a chilling footage and description of a giant island of trash, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And currently scientists believe the world's largest garbage dump isn't on land. It's in the Pacific Ocean. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch stretches from the coast of California to Japan and is estimated to be twice the size of Texas. And Oprah says this is the most shocking thing I have seen, and I agree with her 100%. To give you a little background, years of bottles, bags, toys, packaging, and plastic trash from all corners of the earth are swirling in a plastic whirlpool in the North Pacific. Discarded water bottles from Iowa, takeout containers from New York City, flip-flops from California, and plastic debris from the world over make their way from land into storm drains, streams, rivers, and other waterways. They are carried out to sea where they get trapped in swirling ocean currents, forming a giant floating trash dump of an enormous proportion, no matter how you quantify it. And as you can see in this article published October 22nd, 2007, that this was enormous island of trash was probably discovered, and the trash is 80% plastic and weighs more than 3.5 million tons. And the video I'm about to show you, the first one being the one that Oprah did, but the second one is a 12-part series done by VBS TV, and it basically shows the team going out 7 days out into the water, into the middle of the ocean, to find this floating traffic garbage patch, and showing you exactly what they found. So here's the video from Oprah.
Scientists believe the world's largest garbage dump isn't on land, it's in the Pacific Ocean. Estimated to be twice the size of Texas, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch stretches from the coast of California all the way to Japan. In some places, the man-made debris is 90 feet deep. Marine biologists estimate that 90% of the 3.5 million tons of floating trash is all plastic. In some parts of the ocean, there's already 6 times more plastic than plankton, which is the food many fish rely on to survive. How did all that plastic end up in the ocean? 80% is litter from land, either dropped directly into waterways or blown by wind into rivers and streams from states as far away as Iowa. The monumental amount of plastic trash has created an ecological disaster that has cost the lives of millions of seabirds and marine mammals. When this dead albatross was cut open, its stomach was full, not of fish, but of plastic, including a cigarette lighter. And this turtle, caught in a plastic ring when it was young, managed to survive until adulthood.
Every reporter changes the story. Just like every scientist changes what he's observing, every reporter is changing that story.
What are we doing, Joe?
About ready to put a plastic catcher in the water. A troll for plastic.
What in the hell is that? There's a misconception that the worst kind of spill is the thing, the gooey, oily mess.
Yeah.
Where it's really these nice little bits of your plastic bottles that are going to be around forever, basically.
So we're just on the outskirts of the gyre right now. Haven't really even gotten into the thick of things, and already in the last hour, we've seen more fucking trash float by than we have in like the entire voyage up till now. Too. All gross, sun-baked plastic.
Phenol A that is used to make these hard, clear plastic called polycarbonate is produced at over 7 billion pounds a year, and it's a non-recyclable plastic. What's happening to it? It's being thrown away into the environment. The evidence from Europe, Asia, the United States is that every person examined has these chemicals in their bodies. There is actually a study in Japan where women with elevated levels of bisphenol A were the women who were repeatedly miscarrying, never able to have a successful pregnancy. When you go out into the ocean and you see that the ocean is full of these plastic products, where in the world is there not exposure to them?
Long Beach, California, on our way to meet Charles Moore, who's the captain of the oceanographic research vessel Alguita. For a number of years, we've been reading these articles about this just huge section of the ocean that's essentially a floating landfill. 10 years ago, on a sailing trip back from Australia, Captain Moore took a detour into a section of the North Pacific called the North Pacific Gyre, which is kind of a swirling vortex of currents. That area has sort of historically acted as a collecting point for all the debris, and is sometimes referred to as the Eastern Garbage Patch. Now, kind of with the advent of plastics, it's just become one large, continuous sort of dump. When Captain Moore found it, it was just plastic bags and bottles and consumer products as far as the eye can see. Like, some places have estimated it as like the size of Texas. There's a lot of what sounds like hyperbole, and some people have written it off totally as just like an urban myth. So we're gonna go out with Captain Moore on his boat to survey the damage out there.
Empecé con el trabajo de los plásticos en el 2003-2004 porque Charlie ya me había ofrecido muestras para analizar. Entonces dije, bueno, vamos a tratar a ver qué pasa con los plásticos. Porque hay realmente concentraciones altas de estos contaminantes en los plásticos. Y los fragmentos sí es un gran problema porque entonces los animales los están ingiriendo.
Now here's the seagrass and all this plastic. This is the pre-production plastic pellet here. These pellets are the virgin material that have never been through the hands of a consumer. They're just what the factory uses to make plastic objects out of, whether it's a plastic bag or a coffee cup. They get here by being lost in the rail yards and the truck delivery docks. It's a symbol of the whole plastic production chain, how it pollutes from the very beginning when it's just in this pellet form up to these bottle caps. We may get up to, say, 50% of some water bottles recycled, but none of the caps are getting recycled. No.
It is amazing how similar plastic looks to the jellies. I just thought I swam up to it thinking it was a jelly. It's crazy.
You go to the Subway and you buy the one sandwich. They always put in a plastic bag.
Yep.
Yes. How long do you use this plastic bag? 1 minute? Maybe,
Thereabouts.
yeah, because you go pay and sit in your table and throw away. And this plastic bag go to the ocean and stay more than 20 years.